Hi, it's Dr. Amy and welcome to another episode of Dr. Confidential. Today I'm going to be answering some of your biggest questions that I learned after going to medical school or going to nutrition school and in my training and clinical work. So let's get into the questions. The number one question I got this week was, what about food sensitivity testing? Should I get a food sensitivity test? Food sensitivities are everywhere. Almost everyone we know is dealing with some kind of food sensitivity, whether it be gluten or dairy or some other esoteric food. Here is the truth about food sensitivity testing. There is no good validated test for food sensitivities yet. Therefore, if someone is trying to sell you a food sensitivity kit or test or hundreds of dollars worth of supplements to fix the problems found on that test, run far away. Run, because there is absolutely no test that can guarantee to know your food sensitivities. Our guts are very complex. The way we process food is very complex. So for example, a very popular food sensitivity test, IgG testing, will look at your immunoglobulin G levels against a certain food. But what we have found is that people who eat a lot of that food might have an immunoglobulin G against that food, but that doesn't mean that their GI tract is reacting. Now, we have lots of people who have gluten and dairy sensitivity, and the best way to figure out if you have a food sensitivity is to actually remove foods from your diet for about 4 to 6 weeks, what we call a food elimination diet, and then add them back one by one. A food elimination diet plus food reintroduction is the gold standard for food sensitivity. Remember, food allergies and food sensitivities are not the same thing. Food allergies are life-threatening reactions to things like peanuts or shellfish or dairy, where even one little microscopic drop of that food item will cause a reaction, and it could be a life-threatening reaction. This is mediated by a part of our immune system called the IgE system. This part of the immune system cannot tolerate even small amounts of that food. Now let's talk about food sensitivities or food intolerances or GI distress from certain foods. This is often dependent on the dose and the way you consume it and how you're consuming it. And it also depends on sometimes cleaning up your diet. So for example, if you've noticed that you've had a lot more food sensitivities lately, go ahead and clean up your diet. Take out the sugar, take out the processed foods, and then start introducing a little bit of the foods that you couldn't tolerate before. And lo and behold, you will be shocked to see that your gluten sensitivity, your dairy sensitivity is far reduced once you fixed your gut microbiome. So eating more foods that support your gut microbiome can actually help with food sensitivities, but not with food allergies. So I hope this answers your question about food sensitivity testing and the difference between food sensitivities, food allergies, and how you could actually treat your food sensitivity. I'm Dr. Amy, and join me again next time for another episode of Dr. Confidential.